and I put away childish things.
It's a weird thing to be in the Bible.
Right? Hey, yeah. Anyway, Hayden in Delaware. You're live with Eric and Kevin. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Hayden says you're a former atheist?
Yeah, I am actually. I used to be an atheist up until about 2014, 2015 or something like that.
Oh, what convinced you?
I guess I was just going through like a really hard time at that point, and I had friends that introduced me to like different spiritual lifestyles and different religions, and I feel like that really helped me out of that time, and it got me to open out of that close-minded sort of mindset that I had as a defense mechanism for so long.
You know what? I've got to say, definitely closed-mindedness is something that we don't want. If you've seen the show, you probably know that we're not proponents of closed-mindedness. Why were you so closed-minded, and how did you get out of it? Like, what got you there?
So, like, I grew up Protestant. My parents were Methodist, and so I started out being, like, generally forced to believe in, like, the regular, like, Christian canon and everything like that. And I didn't know anything else until, like, middle school, I think. And that's when I opened up to the rest of the world. And when I realized that there was something else other than what I'd already known, and what I'd already known had given me such a bad experience, I was just like, oh, wow, there's so much out there. I can be free. I can do whatever I want. This is amazing. I want to just get rid of all this crappy religion stuff that I've been experiencing up to now.
What do you mean you can do whatever you want?
Yeah,
like, I feel like,
buggy.
like religion sort of like Christianity, in fact, sort of held me down, and it didn't really allow me to, like, live my life with all the restrictions that they have, sort of.
What?
Like, just like, well, my parents were very, like, I don't want to say fundamentalist. They were just like go to church every Sunday. They're very, like, no gay people, no this, that, no, like all the traditional stuff you see.
Yeah, so we can pop that on the list. That the religion that you came from abhorred Christianity, homosexuality. The Christianity you came from abhorred homosexuality. So being gay was not okay at your church. You're still a Christian, I'm assuming. Do you still think that?
Well, I'm in a weird sort of limbo state where I'm not, like, a Christian specifically, but I know I'm, like, religious and spiritual. I'm trying to, like, find a set, like, religion or spiritual belief that will fit me more than the Christian beliefs that I grew up with. But I still have, like, some sort of beliefs that in the Christian church that still fit me, I believe. So
I understand that, and I'm not trying to. I'm asking you specifically about this. Right, you made the claim, hey, I don't believe this Christianity stuff anymore. Now I can do whatever I want. And so far, the example you gave was homosexuality, which you and I sound like both agree is just fine. So I think that's, if we got like the scoreboard, we got ding 1 for the non-Christians, and 0 for the Christians. What else do we got? What else, were you free to do?
I was free to, like, talk to people, like, of different cultures, like, outside my religion. I was free to talk to, like...
Okay, so is that a bad thing?
Say it again?
Is that a bad thing, speaking to people from different cultures? Ding, there's another one for secular. Yeah. No, I think we're doing good. What else? I mean, if we go down the list, I think you're going to find that the only things we have in common with the commandments put out by Christianity are the ones that we've already made against the law. That being said, I also abhor murder. And I also think that theft is bad unless, like the Jean Valjean example, something like that. But
sure, it's complicated.
Yeah, regardless, though, I don't know. I guess it just seemed nonsensical, the whole I can do whatever I want. But please continue. You were making a point that you had left religion and you had left religion because you'd wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, and then you became closed-minded about it? Help me out here. I don't understand.
Yeah, like I was saying, like with the whole I can do whatever I want thing, I believed that Christianity and religion were the source of like all my problems in life. And so I sort of shunned anything that had to do with it. And I became like, one of those vehement atheists that like debates anyone like anytime and just brings it up randomly in conversation.
What do you think
and
we
it
would
was sort of like,
what do you think we would say to people like that?
I'm not sure. I wanted to get your like sort of perspective on that.
Yeah. I've talked to people who have said, all the damage and evil in the world is caused by religion. Bullshit.
Exactly.
Bullshit. Now, I will say that religion can be a place to couch bigotry, and that's really scary and justify some bad stuff. But religion being the source of all the problems in the world is not remotely what's true. So if you're going to argue that that was the atheist position, I'm going to tell you that no, that definitely isn't our position.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like a lot of atheists these days are like that, and they are very intolerant to religion in general, and that's
what's your exposure to other atheists? Is it, Reddit?
Tumblr?
Or, yeah.
Well, I mean, Reddit in general, and also like on Facebook through mutual friends and stuff like that.
If you were to work your way down to Austin and come in here and have a seat and sit down and talk to us, I think you'd find an incredibly caring community that probably wouldn't behave that way. Keyboard warriors tend to get really, really vitriolic when they know that they can hide behind a screen.
Yeah, definitely.
So that said, I want to tie back around because we've gone off topic a bit. What convinced you of Christianity? What convinced you of your religious belief? Because if it convinced you, maybe it should convince us. What was it that convinced you?
Well, I'm not going to fool myself into thinking that I can convince any of you guys. Why not? But I will say that if for me, like I said, I was going through a hard time with depression and suicidal thoughts, and I was looking for answers. And I started putting the pieces together of like my philosophical beliefs, and it turns out that my philosophical beliefs align with those of like several religions, and so I started exploring more and more, and so I started thinking to myself, wow, this could actually be something here.
Wait, so because it made you feel good? Because it was convenient, that's why it's true? Because I can tell you right now, I suffer from clinical depression. If you want to talk about, having those kinds of thoughts, that is something that I'm probably going to have for the rest of my life that I have to deal with on a daily basis. That doesn't mean that I'm justified in picking something that might make me feel better and assume that it's true because it makes me feel better, right? Bad things happen, right? We can point at genocide, and say, hey, there are child soldiers being used to do terrible things in Africa right now. Just because that makes me uncomfortable doesn't mean it's not true. It just means it makes me uncomfortable. So if that's the entire reason that you got moved over into this spirituality, I don't think that's a good reason, do you?
No, I wouldn't say that, like, I found these beliefs. I'm saying that the beliefs I've already had were, like, corroborated by religion.
Like what?
And so it gave me, like, a sense of, like, purpose. And wait, say it again?
Like what? I think we give ourselves purpose, and that's wonderful. Something giving you purpose, I think, also does not point toward truth. But like what? What was it? You keep saying there were things that convinced you that lined up with your understanding of the world. Like what? And I'm not trying to be a dick. If you see my face on the screen.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
So, like what? What was it?
Just like the sense of I want to say like harmony and like unity in the universe and in humanity, and the sort of sense that there is like a higher purpose, that life itself means more than just like tiny carbon specks on like a rock. I feel like there was like that's for the first time I had this sense that like I really felt like there was something more out there than just what we see on the surface right here that we can't detect with our five senses.
So I'm just going to point back to the same answer that I gave. Because something makes you uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not true.
I wouldn't say that it was because it made me feel uncomfortable. Like,
okay, so this greater purpose, sense of unity, that we're not just carbon specks on a rock hurtling through space. What do you get out of that other than it makes me feel good?
Just like a sense of like meaning and purpose. Sort
makes you
of.
feel
I wouldn't say it made me comfortable, because if I wanted to just be comfortable, then I'd make like a cult and make myself like the head of it. I won't want to like make myself like a god. I know I'm below something, and that can make some people uncomfortable. There are some aspects of like religion that might make someone like uncomfortable.
Which is why uncomfortability is not an indicator of truth. It's just not.
Yeah.
So why are you using it to point toward truth?
I'm not using it to like point toward the truth.
Okay, so then can you give me an example other than it gave me purpose? Because untrue things can give you purpose. What did you learn that convinced you about the spiritual or the spirituality?
Like what specific event like learning about what specific event that happens in the universe that what did I learn that finally convinced me?
Well, I want to know what convinced you. If it's a bad reason, okay, I'm just going to say it's a bad reason.
Yeah, you've said that it's multiple things. Maybe give us what you think is the best one.
I guess it's the sort of perfection and specificity of the universe, that everything is connected and together, and I really feel like the universe is put together in such a way that it can't like just happen. You know what I mean?
Does a hole perfectly fit a body of water?
Does what?
Does a hole perfectly fit a body of water?
No, I don't think so. Wait, I don't.
So a puddle.
Yeah, thank you. Have you heard of the puddle analogy?
No, I haven't.
Sir Douglas Adams.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could probably describe it better than me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing so great today.
No worries.
Yeah.
So if you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe.
Here we go.
Oh, please do. Please read it, because I have a Hitchhiker's Guide tattoo. It's so good. No.
It's like the Atheist Bible.
Not quite. It's just real snarky. But what he did is he would anthropomorphize things at certain times to make a point. And in this part in particular, he has this puddle that becomes sentient, becomes alive, and it looks and it goes, I have to believe that there was a creator, because this hole that I'm in, it perfectly fits every nook and cranny of me. It was specifically made for me. And then the sun comes up higher in the sky, and it starts to evaporate. And as it evaporates, it's still filling the hole. It's just lower, but it says, I can't believe how incredible it is that I specifically fit this hole all the way until it evaporates. The idea that we're here only shows that we've adapted to be here, but it doesn't work the other way around.
I mean, there's still some things that you just can't find an explanation for, like consciousness and certain aspects of physics that are just like so uniquely organized that you just don't know.
Well, you don't know, therefore I'm right is not a good argument either.
You say that there's order and whatnot to the universe, and do you think that it was created for us? Because we can only live in, 1/1,000,000th, probably less, of the known universe. So if it was created for anything, it sure as hell wasn't created for us.
We definitely would have a whole lot less ocean, a whole lot more arable land to farm.
We can exist almost nowhere in the known universe except for right here.
That's pretty cool, though, isn't it?
I mean, I agree. I just also think that doesn't point toward a creator.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that we're here.
Mm-hmm. cheers to that. But Hayden,
But like,
oh, go ahead.
no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, yeah, you were. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just.
interrupted. What's up?
I was just thinking about, like, I'm just saying, like, I know what you're saying, like, how it just, like, coincidentally happened, but there's more to it. Like, when you break it down, the more you think about it, the more you think and the more you believe that there can be no other explanation, you know?
But how could you get there? There could be no other explanation is a bad reason for anything. It's the reason why a whole lot of innocent people get tried and sentenced to, life in prison, because there could be no other explanation up until you find out, oh my gosh, there was another explanation. The thing that you're accepting as true needs to stand on or fall on its own merits, not because you don't understand the competing hypotheses, but simply because it on its own stands.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, I wouldn't say I have, like, one unanimous belief that I, like, instantly believe in. Like, there are some different hypotheses for, like, the meaning of the universe that I subscribe to. Like, there are a few different ones that I'm, like, considering that, like, I'm not fully committed to any one. So I wouldn't say that I'm, like, completely right about any one thing, you know?
Cheers. Just keep that mindset as you're moving forward. Don't go for something because it's comfortable. Go for it because you have a good reason to believe that it's true.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Awesome. We've had some good callers. Hayden, thank you for calling in, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Who do you want to go with? Who do you want to go with next?
I have the warm fuzzies right now.
Yeah.
I do. We've had some good callers.
Yeah, we have. I mean, except for the first guy.
You know what? But even the first guy, let us talk about what a poet is and point towards it's all right. There was